Some people wake up every morning knowing that no matter how hard they work, no matter how much they prove themselves, they will always be at the mercy of someone else, their boss, their manager, the person who decides their salary, their promotion, their future. And yet, in almost every company, there are people who somehow bend the rules. They have more influence, more respect, and more security than even their boss. They don't live in fear. They don't constantly worry about getting fired. They walk into work with a kind of unshakable confidence. Why? Why do some employees, people who don't even have the highest titles, have more power than the very person who is supposed to be in charge of them? It's not about luck. It's not about seniority. And it's definitely not about working harder. The truth is brutal, but it's also liberating. Power inside a company is not given, it's taken. And the people who take it? They understand something most employees never realize. Control is an illusion. Your boss might sign your paycheck, but they are just as replaceable as you. The difference is, some employees make themselves irreplaceable. They make themselves so valuable, so embedded in the company's DNA, that firing them would feel like cutting off a limb. They turn the tables. Instead of worrying about losing their job, their bosses start worrying about losing them. Right now, you might feel trapped. You feel like no matter what you do, your fate is in someone else's hands. But I'm about to show you how to flip that equation. How to become the person no one wants to lose. How to become more powerful than your own boss, even if you're not the one making the rules. The first rule is simple. Stop thinking like an employee. Employees follow orders. They wait to be told what to do. They focus on their tasks, their department, their immediate responsibilities. But power comes from seeing the bigger picture. The people who rise, the ones who gain leverage, they think like owners. They understand not just what they do, but how the whole company makes money, where the real problems are, and how they can position themselves as the solution. Most employees are interchangeable, but the ones who get real power, they own something. They carve out a territory that no one else can replace. Maybe they're the only ones who truly understand a critical system. Maybe they control key relationships with clients. Maybe they become the go-to person for fixing high-stakes problems. They create a void so deep that if they left, it would cause chaos. Think about your own company right now. Who is truly untouchable? Who could leave tomorrow and create a nightmare for the entire team? If that's not you, you're in danger. But the good news, you can change that. The second rule is control information. Information is the most powerful weapon in any company. The people who know things before anyone else, who can predict problems before they happen, who understand the moving parts of the business, those people are dangerous. They don't wait for updates. They make the updates. They don't just hear about decisions being made. They influence those decisions before anyone else even knows they exist. You want power? Become the person who knows things that matter. Get close to the numbers. Learn the company's biggest vulnerabilities. Understand what the executives care about before they say it out loud. When you start controlling the flow of information, people start coming to you instead of you chasing them. And that is real power. Now here's the biggest shift that will change everything. Make your boss dependent on you. This is where the game flips completely. You don't need to be best friends with your boss. You don't need to be their favorite. You need to be their crutch. You need to be the person they lean on, the person who makes their life easier, the person who solves the problems they don't even know how to fix. If they start to see you as someone who makes their job safer, smoother, more successful, they won't let you go. How do you do this? First, anticipate their problems before they do. Most employees only react when they're told what to do. The powerful ones, they see ahead. They come to their boss not with problems, but with solutions. They become the fixers. Second, manage their perception of you. This might be the most important thing no one talks about. You could be the hardest worker in the company, but if no one notices, it's worthless. Stop assuming your work speaks for itself. It doesn't. People see what you show them. If you solve a major problem, don't just quietly celebrate. make sure the right people know. If you contribute to a big success, make sure your name is attached to it. Visibility is everything. And third, create relationships that bypass your boss's authority. This is where true power lies. If the CEO, the investors, or the clients trust you directly, your boss becomes just another step in the chain. They don't control you anymore. Because if they try to push you down, the people above them will pull you back up. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistake that kills power. Fear. Fear of being seen as too ambitious. Fear of stepping out of line. Fear of making waves. Fear is why most people stay stuck. But you need to understand something. Playing it safe is the most dangerous thing you can do. The employees who have real power, they take risks, they push, they make themselves seen, heard, and felt. And because of that, they get treated differently. The world of work is brutal. If you don't take control, someone else will control you. The people who rise, the ones who walk into work with confidence, who never worry about losing their job, who somehow have more influence than their own bosses, they built that power. And you can too. But it won't happen by waiting. It won't happen by hoping. It happens by making yourself indispensable, by owning something no one else owns, by controlling the flow of information, and by making your boss need you more than you need them. So now, you have two choices. You can keep going the way you've always gone, waiting, hoping, following the rules, and letting someone else decide your future. Or you can start today, start taking control, start seeing the bigger picture, start making yourself untouchable, because at the end of the day, power isn't given, it's taken.